Hey guys, Coach Brandon Krause here, working with top welterweight prospect Jessy Martinez on some AT training, some anaerobic threshold training. And this would be a good time to talk to you guys a little bit about anaerobic threshold training and what is it and how it's different from your aerobic training, all right? Well, your body produces energy in two main ways, either aerobically or anaerobically. Aerobically uses your cardiovascular system, breaking down fat, and it yields a tremendous amount of energy, but it does it at a very slow rate. It's not localized to what's working the way that anaerobic training is. You gotta break down the fat, you gotta shuttle that energy to the muscle groups being used, and then process that energy. And it just doesn't happen as fast as if that energy was localized in the form of glucose or glycogen, sugar basically, right there in the muscle groups. That's what he's training right now, that anaerobic way of producing energy. Very low duration, high intensity bursts. Today what I got him on is on the assault bike, and he's burning 10 calories as fast as he can, and he's trying to put everything he has into this set, and then he's recovering for as long as he needs to, so that when he finally goes again, he's ready to give 100% again. We are not training your aerobic energy systems. We're not training that using your fat basically, the way I was talking about on the running video. Today is the high intensity stuff. Now this is taking the place of the assault bike like you see here, but you could be doing this in sprints, right? You could be doing this in the skier like I have here, or rower like I have over here. So the modality in which that you go about this isn't as important as the intensity. This is all about the intensity. You want to keep it hit it as hard as you can, and you don't want to have the duration be so long that it's going to lower your intensity, because inevitably that's what's going to happen. You ready, Jess? Yeah. Do it. So your body, people have turned, oh, it's lactic acid stopping your muscles, and in a way they're right. Your body's pretty good and efficient. It can reuse that byproduct of the lactate and put it back into a cycle to keep turning it back into energy to a point. At a certain point, your body cannot do that, and it starts to build up. That is, quote unquote, your anaerobic threshold. Through this type of training that Jesse's doing, he's trying to up that point in which he can no longer buffer out that lactic acid and keep himself able to work intensely. Just rest, Jessy, let me know when you're ready. Today we're gonna be doing 5 rounds of this, 5 sets of it, let's say, all right? And it's very intense, and don't be surprised if you get a little sick to your stomach training this way, because you're changing your pH level a little bit. All right, whenever you're ready, Jess. Don't you love this piece of equipment? So this is very intense training, and you shouldn't be doing this every single day because of its intensity. You need time to recover from it. A couple times a week, starting on the modest side. Maybe you've never done anything like this before. Once a week, then upping it up to twice a week and things like that. Like I said, the modality in which you go about this isn't as important as the intensity. Any way that you can bring that intensity level up and have some way to mark what you're doing, like this has that calorie meter, so it's a good stat for him to chase, right? So make sure you have something like that, not just relying on yourself. I think I'm working as fast as I can. If you're going to be doing sprints, start timing your sprints so you can chart your progress. If you're going to be doing aerodyne, make sure you're paying attention to some sort of metric to know that you're at the intensity you want to be. And don't think about this in terms of better or worse than aerobic training. That's a completely different. That's like the yin to this yang, all right? You want to give that all the intensity and duration necessary for that. Don't want to forget about that, and you don't want to forget about your anaerobic threshold training also, all right? Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe.